How to get rid of negative thoughts using Stoicism. Negative thoughts are not the problem. The problem is that most people believe them immediately. And the moment you believe every thought in your mind, you stop living life. You start surviving your own mind instead. That is why so many people feel anxious, lost, overwhelmed, and mentally exhausted even when nothing is actually happening in their external life. The battlefield is not outside. It is inside. And the Stoics understood this better than anyone. They did not try to silence the mind. They trained it. They disciplined it. They observed it without being controlled by it. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful rulers in history, still struggled with thoughts like every human being. But he learned something life-changing. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices them. And that single shift changes everything. Today, you are going to learn how to get rid of negative thoughts using Stoicism. Not by fighting your mind, but by mastering your relationship with it. Subscribe to Stoic Reflections for more videos on Stoicism, mental strength, emotional control, discipline, and self-mastery. Because in a world full of mental chaos, the strongest person is the one who can control their inner world. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of them. Most people make one silent mistake every single day. They think every thought they have is who they are. If a negative thought appears, they believe it. If a fearful thought appears, they obey it. If a self-doubting thought appears, they accept it as truth. And slowly, the mind becomes a prison. There was a young man named Daniel who used to wake up every morning with heavy thoughts. I am behind in life. I will fail. People are better than me. And every thought felt real. So his emotions followed those thoughts. His actions followed his emotions. And his life followed his actions. One day, while sitting alone on a bus, he noticed something strange. He realized he was hearing thoughts in his mind, but he was also aware of them. If he was aware of them, then he could not be them. That moment created distance, and that distance changed his entire life. Because once you create space between you and your thoughts, they lose authority. They become noise instead of commands. This is the foundation of Stoic mental freedom. Not control of thoughts, but disidentification from thoughts. A thought is not a fact. It is just a mental event passing through awareness. Nothing more. Step 1. Watch your thoughts without reacting. Most people do not observe their mind. They react to it instantly. A negative thought appears, and immediately they emotionally engage with it. They argue with it. They fear it. They amplify it. And in doing so, they give it strength. But Stoicism teaches a different response. Pause. Observe. Detach. There was a woman named Clara who struggled with anxiety for years. Every small uncertainty triggered catastrophic thinking. What if something goes wrong? What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? She believed every thought as a warning. One day, during a therapy session, she was asked a simple question. What happens if you just observe the thought without reacting? That question changed everything. She started practicing a simple mental habit. Whenever a negative thought appeared, she silently labeled it. Thinking. Not good. Not bad. Just thinking. At first, it felt strange. But slowly, her emotional reactions weakened. Because thoughts lose power when they are not emotionally fed. Step 2. Question the accuracy of your thoughts. The mind is not designed to be accurate. It is designed to predict. And predictions are often wrong, especially negative ones. Most suffering comes from believing thoughts that are not real. There was a student named Kevin who constantly imagined worst-case scenarios. If someone looked serious, he assumed he was in trouble. If someone delayed replying, he assumed rejection. If something felt uncertain, he assumed disaster. But one day, he decided to test his thoughts. He wrote down every fear he had for 1 week. Then he checked how many actually happened. Almost none of them did. That realization changed him deeply, because the mind loses credibility when it is proven wrong repeatedly. So he started asking one question every time a negative thought appeared. Is this fact or fear? That question created clarity, and clarity reduces anxiety. Step 3. Do not feed negative thoughts with attention. Attention is fuel. Whatever you feed attention grows. Whatever you withdraw attention from fades. Negative thoughts work the same way. Most people strengthen their negative thinking by obsessing over it. They replay it. They analyze it. They emotionally engage with it repeatedly. There was a man named Joseph who struggled after a painful breakup. Every night, he replayed conversations in his head. What did I do wrong? What should I have said? And the thoughts never stopped. One night, he tried something different. Instead of continuing the mental story, he refused to engage with it. He simply shifted attention to breathing. At first, the thoughts kept returning, but slowly, they lost intensity. Because attention is what keeps mental loops alive. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you water grows. Whatever you ignore fades. Step 4. Replace thoughts with action. Stoicism is not about passive thinking. It is about active living. You do not eliminate negative thoughts by arguing with them. You weaken them by acting differently. There was a man named Robert who constantly thought, I am not disciplined enough to change. Instead of debating the thought, he started small actions. Waking up earlier, cleaning his room, exercising daily, reading for 10 minutes. At first, the negative thoughts still appeared, but his actions began proving it wrong. And over time, his identity changed. Because action reshapes belief faster than thinking ever will. Step 5. Control what enters your mind. You cannot always control thoughts, but you can control inputs. What you consume becomes what you think. Most people overload their mind with negativity without realizing it. Fear content, drama, anger, comparison, doom scrolling. There was a woman named Natalie who felt anxious all the time. She thought something was wrong with her mind, but the real problem was what she consumed daily. News, negativity, social media chaos. She removed most of it for 30 days, and her mind became noticeably calmer, because the mind reflects its environment. Step 6. Practice Stoic distancing. Stoic distancing means you are not the thought. You are the observer of the thought. There was a soldier named Marcus who struggled with intrusive thoughts after returning from a stressful environment. Instead of resisting them, he practiced observing them like passing clouds. Not permanent, not identity, just passing mental events. Over time, their emotional power decreased. Because distance reduces intensity. Step 7. Accept what you cannot control. A huge amount of negative thinking comes from resistance. I wish things were different. This shouldn't be happening. Why me? But reality does not change because of resistance. There was a businessman named Adrian who lost a major deal and fell into deep negative thinking. But eventually, he realized something important. The event was already done. The only thing left was response. Once he accepted reality instead of fighting it mentally, his mind became calmer. Acceptance does not remove problems. It removes mental suffering. Step 8. Build discipline to stabilize your mind. A chaotic life creates a chaotic mind. A structured life creates a structured mind. There was a student named Michael who had constant negative thoughts. No routine, no sleep schedule, no discipline. He changed one thing. He created structure. Wake up time, study time, exercise time, sleep time. Slowly, his mind stabilized. Because discipline in life becomes discipline in thinking. Step 9. Stop identifying with negative labels. I am anxious. I am overthinking. I am weak. These labels become identity when repeated. There was a woman named Sophie who believed she was just an overthinker. That identity kept her stuck for years. Then she changed the label. I am learning to control my thoughts. That shift changed her behavior over time. Because identity shapes thinking patterns. Step 10. Train your mind daily like a muscle. The mind is not fixed. It is trainable. Every time you observe instead of react, you grow stronger. Every time you pause instead of panic, you gain control. Every time you act instead of overthink, you rewire your brain. There was a man named Daniel who treated mental discipline like physical training. Every negative thought became a rep. Every pause became progress. Every moment of awareness became strength. Over time, his mind became calm naturally. Because repetition rewires identity. Negative thoughts will never completely disappear, but their power over you can disappear completely. Stoicism does not promise a silent mind. It promises a trained mind, a mind that observes instead of obeys, a mind that responds instead of reacts, a mind that remains steady even when thoughts are unstable. Marcus Aurelius did not become mentally strong by eliminating thoughts. He became strong by mastering his relationship with them. And that is your path too. Observe your thoughts. Do not feed them. Question them. Replace them with action. Control your inputs. Practice acceptance. Build discipline. Detach from identity. Train your mind daily. Because a strong mind is not something you are born with. It is something you build. Subscribe to Stoic Reflections for more videos on Stoicism, mental strength, emotional discipline, and self-mastery. And remember this, you do not need to control every thought. You only need to stop letting every thought control you.